All right, ladies and gentlemen, super excited today. Guys, let me tell you, there's so much happening here at ClickX. I haven't had a chance to come on live and give you some updates on what's happening here at ClickX. So I'm going to start off by helping you generate more leads first, and I'll talk about some updates and tell you what's happening in the coming weeks here at ClickX. So the first thing I have the opportunity I want to talk about is helping agency owners get more leads, right? That's the number one thing I believe that we add value, and there's only two ways to get leads into your funnel, right? And I talk about this every single day. I think we as agency owners, we overcomplicate our own lead generation. In other words, we overcomplicate it by doing so many different things, thinking that that's the way to generate leads, when we should really simplify and understand that there's only two possible ways to generate leads. All right, so I put it on the board. You can see it now. Inbound or outbound. Literally divide up all of your strategies into just two buckets. It's either inbound or it's outbound. I'm going to help you explain it so that at the end of this video, you can't tell me I don't know inbound and outbound. Inbound is people finding you. They come to your funnel. They come into your website. They fill out your form. They schedule a call on your calendar. They fill out the application form, whatever you want to call it. They register for your webinar. They found you, or the outbound strategies, you had to go find them. All right? So whenever I help new agency owners, we're doing ads as part of our scale program, or we're helping them from an outbound perspective if they're not ready to run ads yet, or both at the same time. So we have a pretty good handle on inbound and outbound. Now, whenever we do outbound, there has always been a huge challenge, right? It's like, well, when we do outbound, we got to go find the type of clients that we're trying to serve, and we have to find data of them. So we got to go to LinkedIn. So we would have to buy Navigator, and then we would have, it's like $120 a month. And then now we need an email software because LinkedIn doesn't send any emails. So we can do LinkedIn automation in LinkedIn, still require another software. Or if we're doing email, we need to get data, and then we need to download the email addresses of the people, right? So I made lists of softwares and tools and things like that, and to help our partners get the data. Now we got the data, and by the way, I was just giving data from all the subscriptions that I have. Like, here's 1,000, roofers or whatever that might be. And then the challenge becomes, it wasn't even done then. We need to go get another software to send the email. So outbound has always been more and more complex because, like I said, running Facebook ads or YouTube ads is one way. Just run it, send them the page. People come to the landing page and fill out the form or book a call, fill out your application, whatever your process might be, and now you know you have a call on your calendar and you just have to run the call. Whereas in outbound, you have to find who you're trying to target, the accounts that you want to go after, like the companies, not just the individuals. And then from the companies, you have to find the individuals, and from the individuals, you got to find the email address and get all the data, and then use the software to send emails. So it can actually get very complicated, but it's actually very predictable. So I love both models. I'm not just an inbound guy, or I'm both. I love both. I believe that to really fill up your funnel, you need to have both inbound and outbound at the same time. Does that make sense? You got to have inbound and outbound at the same time in order to really build up a really good funnel. Now, you can do all of it outbound, you can do all of it inbound, and I'm going to make some more content about the outbound strategy. Outbound is kind of like this, right? So it's like if you wanted to go shake a tree, right? Like let's say it's a mango tree. You like mangoes for whatever reason. If you were to shake a mango tree, and you'll have 3 or 4 of them that are really, really ripe. And if you shake it hard enough, those ripe fruits, mangoes, will just fall to the ground. Does that make sense? That's what it's like to do outbound. It's really hard because you have to shake enough companies, businesses, contacts, warm them up, email them, follow up. And those that are ready, in other words, those that are ripe, they have the problem, they have the need. You reached out to them in the right timing because they were thinking about redoing their website. They were thinking about, maybe doing their marketing, and it just so happened to be good timing. And now they will consider maybe getting on a call with you, go over your proposal, and perhaps make the decision to work with you, right? That's the challenge with it. So it can get harder because you have to reach out to so many people to do it, but it's still very predictable because all you have to do is say, I got to reach out to 50 companies every single day and do phone calls, emails, whatever that is, multi-touch, LinkedIn automation, and make sure that I've done enough touch points so that I can build up my funnel, right? It's big enough. Now I can predict 2 to 3 appointments a week. It's going to come from outbound, and 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or whatever many is going to come from inbound. So my funnel is always full. So this lead gen thing is, like I said, the number one thing that agencies struggle with, and is the number one thing that we here at ClickX serve our partners do and get them more results with our tools, our technologies, our strategies, our coaching. Everything that we offer here is to help them build a better funnel. So there's no surprise that I walk around the office with a funnel in my hands, because quite frankly, marketing agencies are simply funnel builders. We just help other people build a better pipeline, better systems for themselves so that they have more prospects, more contacts, more leads, more meetings to, get their pipelines up and hopefully sell. So that leads me to the update that I wanted to tell you about. One of the challenges, like I said, is always been getting data. And not just getting data of small businesses, small and medium-sized businesses perhaps. It depends on multi-locations and things like that, right? And there is yet to be a solution, a source that I felt comfortable, just use this company, because most of them get their data from LinkedIn, and a lot of small businesses are not on LinkedIn. The small business owners are not on LinkedIn, but guess what? They're on Google. They're not on LinkedIn. They're on Google. They have a Google business profile. They have a website. They have a Facebook page. They have an Instagram page. They have a YouTube page, but they may not be really doing much in LinkedIn because they just never cared about LinkedIn. So if you use a tool that gets all of its data from LinkedIn, however they get it, I don't know. That's not my business. And you can't find small businesses, and we've done this. We spent thousands and thousands of dollars buying tools, the most expensive publicly traded company tools. And when I try to help my partner in Orlando get small business data, it has 0 records. I'm like, this can't be. This cannot be real. But I know they exist. There's hundreds of roofers or painting or flooring, whatever specialist you're looking for. It could be doctors, it could be medical. I made a list of 5,000 plus niches that you can go after. And if you want to list a link to that, I put it on Facebook group. Literally ask me, I'll send it to you personally. So I was like, all of these niches that I want to help my partners get leads, they don't have it. I said, this can't be real. Cannot be real. So what do? I do what I did when I had the same problem a decade ago, needing systems and process for my own business. I went and built a solution, right? That's what ClickX is all about, building the growth hacks, the tools that we need to build a better pipeline for our agency partners. So here's what we came up with. You literally can go into ClickX today and you go to the list section, and I just have a screenshot here, and you say, hey, I want a list of med spa owners. I want a list of roofers. I mean, there's so many different categories. It's insane. And our software will go and prospect and get the data real time, fresh. And then we will go find the email addresses of those websites. This is incredibly insane what our team has been able to do. It's like a little mini human being going out there and finding new businesses by searching different variations and getting all that data and making sure that they're a real business. If I don't have an email address, it's not considered a lead to me. I want to be able to email them. Then there is even a more technical challenge, which is, email address is great. Is it a verifiable email? Can this inbox receive emails? Boys, I gotta tell you, this has been insane. This is why I've been so busy working around the clock to serve our partners to the highest level possible. Our software will go then find the businesses, get the contact information of who's the owner and managers and whoever else we can get, and then match it up with an email address. And then we'll go and triple verify the email to make sure that it is an inbox that receives emails. So if you send an email, it will not bounce back. So Google can be like, hey, you're emailing people, that email doesn't exist, so we don't think you know what you're doing, and give you any issues, or Microsoft email, any email for that matter. So this screenshot that you're looking at is literally all the different lists that I ran in our demo account. Just go say, I want med spas, I want this thing, I want doctors, I want marketing companies, I want anything that you can possibly think of is something that our tools do, because we're literally doing a human being kind of like a search and finding data and then extracting information real time. It takes a couple minutes to get all of these things working in the background. But think about that. To go back to the inbound and outbound, this whole huge issue that we were facing, I couldn't find a tool. Guys, to this day, I have no idea where to go tell you to go get data, this, that. Because at the end of the day, they'll either give you the data, no email address. If you get the email address, you have to go send, here's $100, $50, $200 to verify the data. And then you got to download everything, put it into another software to then send emails. Like, outbound has been a nightmare. And for a new agency owner, it's like, yes, if you do it, you can get the results, but nobody ever explained to them it's like 12 steps to get the top of your funnel filled from an outbound perspective. And I really believe that outbound is a viable solution for agencies. It is absolutely a viable solution for agency owners. So the challenge is, well, how do we do it? Well, guess what? We found a solution. We built it in-house, and it is under beta because we're still, all of our partners are using it, reporting, sending us information, because we want to make this whole outbound experience as simple as inbound experience, which is run ads, spend it, $10 a day, $20 a day, $100 a day, $1,000 a day, whatever you feel like spending to drive leads. YouTube just does the work, right? Facebook does the work for you. You don't have to do anything. Well, we want to make outbound as simple as that. So again, guys, like I said, this is like a game changer, and I couldn't be more fired up. This is an example of what the Excel spreadsheet will give you. It'll have your Instagram handle. It has the actual names of the people, and we have verified email address of them, the company name, Facebook page. If they have a YouTube page, we get the YouTube information, every single thing that we can find about the company, and all we're gonna do is keep enhancing this data to the point we literally can predict like which one of these guys are more likely to buy marketing services than not, right? So our team is going to continue to work until we can literally pinpoint every small businesses in America, you name it, every single small business in America, because our partners are selling to every single one of them. So we're going to find every single one of their data, get their email addresses. It's going to be the biggest database that you can imagine on the planet, right? That's the kind of stuff that fires me up every single day. So that's why I have a ginormous funnel that I carry around in the office, because it is by far the best way to illustrate what it's like to build and scale an agency, and why you need to think about both inbound and outbound at the same time, because there's hundreds of millions of people that know they need it, but they're not actively searching. So if you reach out to them in the right time frame that they're considering it, they might tell you, reach out to me in 6 months, 3 months, 1 month. And if you do that, you now are building your pipeline literally on autopilot. And I know for a fact, ads are only getting more and more expensive. We're an ads management company, right? What used to cost $10 a lead now costs $20 a lead. You can call it inflation, you can call it hyper competitive, you can call it, maybe the iPhone and the pixels aren't triggering, we're not getting any data. You can call it anything you want. But we know that outbound, it's probably going to end up being cheaper than inbound someday, because it's just going to cost more and more and more. But the challenge is, like, we don't have data, we don't have tools, we don't have email addresses, we got to verify it. So we look at the headaches and say, geez, we might as well just do inbound and be done with it. So guess what? We're helping every single one of our partners run their own ads, if that's what they want to do, to get leads into their pipeline, to make their numbers. And I can come here and talk about inbound all day, which I am doing all week next week, by the way. And I certainly want to talk about outbound all day as well. I could not be more fired up. So here's my last thing I want to talk to you about today, is that next week our team is working really, really hard to give you a tour of all of the features that we've been working on, get you real-time access to it, let you download data, and prospect next week, Monday to Friday, to get you the data that you need to start getting the leads that you want. If you want to set up your ads next week, I'm happy to help you set up your ads so we can drive inbound leads, we can set up your outbound systems to really start getting traction for your funnel, ladies and gentlemen, right? That's my job. So next week, we have an entire challenge. The cool thing about it is this is the first time we're ever doing it like this. When you join the challenge, it's a 5-day challenge, Monday through Friday. We're going to do training every day, as you know, the ABCs of agency building, how to acquire customers, how to automate the things we just talked about, all the systems that you need. You literally will be doing that with me. There's implementation, there's training, there's strategy. There's an entire Slack channel I'm going to dedicate to having a conversation. So even afterwards, you can ask questions. On day 3 or day 4, we're going to talk about ascending your customers to upsell and cross-sells. And on Friday, we're going to wrap it up with Q&A. So you can ask any questions. Literally, like, we're going to handle every single issue that maybe you came across during the week that has been hindering you from getting your agency. Maybe you're worried about inbound leads, outbound leads, anything you could possibly think about. We are literally carving out the entire week to focus on generating the leads and the type of customers and the revenue that you're looking for. So you're going to see it like $10,000 is nothing compared to what is possible with the systems and the process and all the tools that we give you. And that's what we want to do. We want to do it live. So get registered. You're going to get 14-day trial of ClickX number 1. You're going to have hands-on training every single day next week, including Friday with a hot seat. So ask me questions. I'll be here right in this room answering questions for you. And in the whole entire week, we're going to be on Slack answering questions like, guys, there cannot be a better way to scale your agency. And I'm going to give you the exact same tools. So you can go get download, get data. You can do anything. Whether you're looking to just, I don't know, side hustle while you're working a full-time job, you want to quit your job and do this, or maybe you have 5 businesses and you've just been thinking about getting into the marketing agency business, this is the time. I cannot make this easier for you. And we're so fired up with the data tools, the email marketing tools that we have, the funnels, the case studies, the portfolios, the packages for fulfillment, and all the things that we do every single day here. When you put the whole thing together, you could really catapult your growth for your agency. So that's why I'm here. That's what this whole video, this whole live is about. Because guess what? There's so many things that our team has been working on to make it easier to get you in and show you and experience it firsthand. We think the best way to do it is a 5-day challenge. So I'm bringing it back, except it's going to be a little different because you're actually going to be doing things in the platform. So this is not going to be just a spectator sport. You're going to be participating in growing and scaling your very own agency. And if you can commit to doing the things as I tell you exactly, you will close business during these few days, guys, because at the end of the day, millions of business people out there are making marketing decisions every single day. They're getting calls from marketing agencies or salespeople or consultants, coaches, and they're saying, hey, we can do this for you, we can do that for you. So if you do your part, there's so many people out there still desperately looking for help. I know that every day because I see the number of requests that our partners get every single day. So I could tell you there's not a shortage of demand. In fact, when the economy isn't doing great, sometimes people are like panicking and say, well, we got to do something or else we're going to be in trouble, right? So there's so much out there, but we need to go out there and get those leads into our pipelines, whether it's inbound or outbound. I really don't care at the end of the day that it's inbound or outbound. I'm just letting every single agency owners know that we should be thinking both. That we have to be creating content for organic. We have to be creating ads for paid, right? On both 2 or 3 channels. If you can handle Facebook ads, great. YouTube is performing even better. I'm like, let's get that YouTube campaign going. Let's get in front of some prospects that you really need to sell to. And then now, what do we want to do outbound? Well, we don't have to do it the more complicated way. We can take 20 contacts every single day. And if you can reach out to 20 people, if you can set up your VAs to reach out to 20 people every single day, will that build a bigger pipeline? That's the question you need to ask yourself. It's not about reaching out to 5,000 people in a month. It's about consistently reaching out to 10 a day, 15 a day. And then if you can engage with them on the social media profile, which we actually give you the data of, right? If you can engage with them because you got all the data, like guys, these are the people that are around you, probably in 5-mile radius. There's millions of dollars to be made in 5-mile radius, depending on where you live, right? There's businesses for sure in a 5-mile radius where you live, unless you're in some cornfield, which you are, then you got a big city around you somewhere, maybe 5 hours away. There's money there. You have to go and connect with those business owners, reach out to them, introduce yourself. As I always say, the biggest challenge that agencies face every single day is that it's obscurity. People don't know you exist. So I want to help you fix that and help you become a market dominant in your local space, wherever that might be. Thank you so much for watching. We're so fired up. I want you to go ahead and sign up. Like I said, guys, the best thing that I've ever done. Our team has been working extremely hard, not just on the software, the resources, but also making this challenge possible, making you a workbook, and all the things that we're going to be covering from Monday through Friday. So go ahead and sign up. The link is 10kscale.com. You cannot go wrong. It's like 6 letters or how many ever letters it is. 10kscale.com. 0 to 10K is my goal. I always talk about making 10K, your first 10K, or adding an extra 10K to your business. So if you can figure that out, you can figure out how to get to 30K. If you can figure out how to get to 30K, I can get you to 50. If I can help you get to 50, you will be able to get it yourself to 100K a month and work with me on a one-on-one level. That's what I want, right? But I got to get you moving. I got to build some momentum for you. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.